Well, surprise, surprise, I bought another TT that doesn't work. This one is a 180 Quattro with clutch issues. Definitely doesn't go into gear with the clutch, so I'm gonna have to start it in gear and hopefully rev match 100 miles all the way home. Wish me luck. I've done some pretty silly things before. I think this takes the biscuit. Coming to pick up a car from 100 miles away that I know doesn't drive properly. Yeah, I've left it till late in the day deliberately so that there shouldn't be too much traffic. And I'm hoping that that tactic pays off. This is going to be a nightmare. Hopefully this trip won't be too eventful. If it is, I'll get some footage, of course, but if not, I'll see you tomorrow when I'll be showing you around the car. Already an issue with the bloody red light. Come on, crawling. Yes, yes, made it. So just to prove that I am indeed doing this whole journey like this, I'm currently in 6th. Let's drop it down into 5th. There we go, we're in 5th. I can even do a drop to 4th, hang on. There we go. Into 5th. Into 6th. That is my journey home, ladies and gentlemen. That is my journey home. So we have a slight issue. We've got lane closures. I have to kill it. This is going to be a nightmare. There's going to be more of this for as long as I can tell. This is a nightmare. I need the gap. Don't do it, please. Oh, this is all a red X. You're all driving through a red X. You're all knobs. All knobs. Yeah, that's it. Just give it a little hazard flash to say, I'm sorry. Yeah, you don't realise what you've done to me. Oh. Crawling along, please. No, you don't need to pick up any speed. Come on, do it, do it, do it. Just tick over. Tick over's all we need. As soon as these cones are done, I'll be alright. No, don't even think about it. Absolute sausage. This is one of the stupidest things I have ever done. Obviously I made it home, happy days. I should probably give you a proper look around the car and see what we're dealing with. So with it being a 180, we're just on the halogen headlights. You'll notice that there's no headlight washers at the front here because it's just halogen bulbs. Still got the same problem that all the headlights get with this nasty looking fade in. We've got the 9-spoke alloys on there. Brakes look like they've been repainted, so they look quite nice. One thing is all the tyres are basically at the wear limit. Not got much life in them. Bodywork wise is pretty good, I have to say. You know, look at the rear of the arches, no real complaints there. We've got tinted rear lights, we've got tinted rear windows as well. Carbon fibre spoiler extension here. A little bit of marking on the bodywork, but nothing major. We are missing the double rear valance. While we're looking at that, we have got a full gravity exhaust on there. Seals aren't that bad. Arches are good as well. No bubbling starting or anything like that. Happy days. Overall, it looks like it's been kept in good condition. Let's have a look on the inside. These seats, I have no idea what colour we actually call this. Don't think it's quite anise, but I'm not sure. The mileage is relatively low, 96,567. The disc is all in good condition. So obviously the big issue with this car is the slave cylinder, and that lives in there. So I'm going to have to take the gearbox off to change the slave cylinder. Other than that, it drove all right. I do need to check for codes and things like that and see if there's anything else going on. But I think once we've sorted tyres and a slave cylinder, probably good to go and someone else can enjoy it. I will be doing some content on the 180 engine bay and how this differs from 225 that I've got sat there. I can get both of them sat side by side and we can do a comparison of 180, 225 and you see the differences. He definitely had a different airbox on it just before he sold it to me, and he just quickly put the old one back on, I reckon. Which, I mean, considering how much I paid for the car, I don't blame him. Got to recoup as much money as he can. But yeah, it's just like the whole car is in pretty good condition, and I do want to say fair play to the previous owner. He has kept it looking good. So yeah, I suppose without any further ado, I should get this thing fixed. So if you want to see a full guide on how to do a clutch on these, I've got a 45-minute long video on how that's done. If you don't want to sit through that, I'll just briefly talk you through it. We're going to remove the airbox, the battery tray, and then we can get down onto things like the gear linkages and the starter motor. And then underneath, we're going to need to remove the whole subframe, take the drive shafts off the gearbox. We need to undo some mounts around the back of the gearbox there, start a motor, get this pipe off because that's in the way, and then that's basically it. I'll make it sound super simple. Gearbox comes off, change the slave, gearbox back on, happy days. Probably got an oil leak that we need to find as well. But yeah, there's always more to do than you first think, isn't there? So yeah, looks like it's also starting to rain, which is handy. It's just starting to spit. Hopefully that holds off, but I'm going to crack on regardless because I need to get this thing done. Well, so much for it just needing a slave cylinder. It's not that I've bitten off more than I can chew, it's I've bitten off more than I thought I was biting off. Great, let me show you. So those wires there are supposed to be connected inside that sheath in there. So that's for the lambda sensor, that's obviously broken. Up there we're missing a nut for the downpipe, so we've got to sort that. Really in the grand scheme of things that's not that big a deal. I could sort that, patch in a bit of wire in for the lambda and then pop a nut on. The problem is that it needs more than a slave. So if you see all of that, that is all friction material that's completely shredded itself off the disc and then is basically packing it out. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was what was stopping the pressure plate moving nicely, which has led to the slave cylinder just going, oh, I'm fighting against a losing battle here, and then it's, yeah, slave cylinder's just died. So yeah, I can't just pop a slave cylinder in. It looks like I need to do a full clutch. Not ideal, but oh well, at least when I sell it, it comes with the advantage of it's got a brand new clutch. How did I drive this home? Just how? Dual mass is alright. Cover plate's actually okay. It's not distorted, just full of crap. But yeah, how did I drive that home? I mean, you can see how badly the clutch was worn. But yeah, that's spectacular. Well, it's Saturday evening. I've got no way of buying a new clutch right now. So on that bombshell, I'll see you in the next video.